On this unprecedented episode of the Fine Dining Podcast. Historically speaking, there was no Ron Weasley.
There wasn't. Oh, geez. My girlhood dreams have come true. I would not want to learn economics from Elmo.
Hello, and welcome back to the Fine Dining Podcast, the search for the most mediocre restaurant in America. I'm your host, Michael Ornelas, and this is the show where I'm looking for the perfect 5.00 dining experience out of 10, the perfect middle point where good becomes bad, and I'm doing the work because nobody else is. This week, I am joined by Katie Molinaro, also known as Eat It Katie. It felt like you were the perfect person to take to such an experiential dining situation as American Girl. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. This episode, this is part one of, we went to the American Girl Cafe, and we'll get all into reviewing that in next week's episode. But for now, we're going to dive into like the history of the franchise. We're going to pick some Yelp reviews, and then we'll be all set for our review next week. Are you ready?
I prepared.
Yeah?
Yeah. I looked at the notes.
You looked at
I cared.
You read the email?
I read the email.
You were on the blast?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll jump in.
All right.
Let's do it. Intro music.
Your table is ready, follow me. Have you tried our chicken breast? Serving pancakes and ribs, I recommend the spaghetti. We're here to satisfy, not to impress. Your table is ready, complimentary butter and bread. These walls have road signs, knick-knack, cowboy hat, good luck cat, autographed guitar, some crap from your city. Behold the tchotchke of mediocrity. Fine dining, it's just fine dining, fine dining. Two letters on the sign aren't shining, neon flickering, irregular timing. Identify the perfect 5 out of 10. Fine dining, fine dining.
So before I jump in here, do you have a connection or like a history with American Girl? Did you grow up with these dolls? And
Oh, yeah. So I remember when there was like a catalog that came out where you can get the dolls and you could pick through to see which doll you wanted. And every doll that I wanted, my mom would try to steer me in another direction to the doll that she secretly wanted. So I would always be like, but I want this one because she's cool.
Did
She's
she just
got
want
glasses.
one that looked like you or something?
Yeah, she just wanted me to get Samantha because it looked like me, but she was so boring.
Ooh. You said the word. You said the secret word. Okay.
Oh.
You said the word that triggers the secret menu, my new mini game. We're going to play a mini game, Katie.
I love games.
So, boring was the trigger word, and our topic this week is unfun children's toys.
Oh, how unfun.
So, we're going to spend a minute just going back and forth trading, and then you in the comments just tell us who you think won this game. Examples would be like Stinky instead of Slinky. Sulfur Bee. I'm burning the bad ones now.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. Just like an unfun version of a popular kid's toy. We'll put 1 minute on the clock. We'll go back and forth.
Pressure's on.
Comment ones that you come up with in the comments, and I'll send my favorite one a t-shirt. And the winner of last week's secret menu mini game comes from YouTube user Oh Habanero, who submitted for Kinky Restaurants Hentai Fung instead of Din Tai Fung. It was right there in front of us. I can't believe I didn't see it, but that is honestly brilliant. Go ahead, hit me up, finediningpodcast@gmail.com, or DM me at finediningpodcast on Instagram and TikTok, and I will hook you up with a Fine Dining t-shirt. Everyone else, better luck this time. Let's get to it. I'll let you start. 3, 2, 1, go.
Frisk.
Super Nintendant.
Botched operation.
My Brittle Pony. It just breaks bones really easily.
No. West Hollywood Bears instead of Care Bears. It's like
Oh. I get it.
That sounds fun, actually.
Here's an unfun LGBT cisformers.
Oh.
It's just a truck that stays a truck.
Yeah, no one wants that. Doesn't Stretch Armstrong.
He's just a real stiff guy.
He's just there.
GI Tracked Joe.
Sorry. Not sorry. It seems like a game for millennials.
Serious Putty.
Dan Schneider's Gak.
Trickle Me Down Economics Elmo.
I would not want to learn economics from Elmo.
And that'll do it for the secret menu. Dumb.
I like that. She just wanted me to get Samantha because it looked like me, but she was so boring. She is so boring.
You're like hanging out. You don't have anything in common.
Yeah, I think she was like from colonial times and like...
Are you not?
No. Like she was the only one that was like, I think she was colonial. I don't really remember her. I remember she liked horses. She had brown hair and brown eyes.
Yeah,
and I think that's why my mom gravitated towards that one. But I was really into Molly, the girl who was like super into baseball and the 1940s.
Yeah.
I like really wanted her, but my mom was like, don't get one with glasses.
I did not grow up with these at all.
Mom.
Literally, my only correlation with these is my niece has a collection of American Girl dolls. My mom for Christmas, mom and dad, got her like a first class airplane seat.
Oh, yeah. I saw that in the store. They had the setup
at the store, but like literally
I was impressed
just
by
a doll kicking back with like a flight attendant with like all the fancy offerings. And they even had someone else who was like a different flight attendant doing like the little pantomime thing that they do. Like the safety instructions and all that.
I mean, set them up early.
They
for
built
success.
the scene. Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone should be a flight attendant. Sounds great.
That's the messaging from at American Girl. Yeah, and so they have this whole store downstairs, but upstairs is the cafe where we had our little experience. And before we get to that, I do want to dive into the history. So are you ready to hear just a boatload of things about the American Girl Cafe?
Yeah. The cafe itself or just American Girl in general?
The brand is in there. I tried to make it cafe centric, but it's also, there's not 4 pages on the cafe that you can really find.
There's a lot of lore. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah. All right, let's jump into this week's Eat Deets.
Eatery details.
American Girl was founded in 1986 by textbook writer Pleasant T. Rowland.
Oh, this sounds pleasant.
Her name was Pleasant, and she wrote textbooks. And honestly, I can see it. Like, there's so much about these stores where it just feels like an assignment. Right?
Yeah.
There's literally a lounging chair that is a book.
Right.
So
really sneaky way to get us to read.
Yeah, even I guess we'll talk about it later, but like the waiter was like trying to get us to read like the history stuff on the menu.
Oh yeah, I didn't read that.
I didn't either, but I did take a picture of it so we can read it together.
We can read it later? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because I refused. I was like, I'm not reading the history of this cinnamon roll.
You didn't even read the menu. You just were like, I'm pointing at pictures.
Pretty much.
Yeah. After an inspirational trip to colonial Williamsburg, Rowland had an idea to combine her love of American history with children's toys to get young girls excited about learning.
Yeah. Okay. Now I remember. Yeah. Samantha was colonial.
Yeah.
That must have been the OG.
Didn't you say that one of the other ones you wanted because they liked books?
Oh, I liked it. I liked her because she...
Was it Addie?
Liked baseball.
Well, I thought there was another one when we were at the store that you pointed to.
Oh, Molly was the one I liked.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because she liked baseball in the 1940s. I bet she chewed on chewing tobacco, too. I bet she was cool like that.
By that point in her career, she'd saved $1.2 million in textbook royalties.
Wow.
The game that everyone's ignoring. You want to hustle, right? Textbooks.
Yeah.
And she bet it all on her business.
I mean, good bet. It's still around.
1.2 million. Like, what?
I don't know how you say
Are you
that.
writing the Scientology? Like, did she write Dianetics?
What if she did?
Scientology gives you textbooks for those who don't know the
yeah, I didn't know that.
They flat out look like textbooks. American Girl grew fast using direct mail marketing, and Pleasant was on a roll. Even after she was diagnosed with cancer in her second year of operation, she claimed she never missed a day of work. She says the work saved her life, which I wouldn't bet on that, but she did make about $8 million that year, so... Throughout it all, Pleasant's ultimate dream was to open a retail store dedicated to American Girl. She called the product a thinking girl's doll, one that couldn't be sold through flashy 30-second commercials, not the kind of thing that would stand out in a sea of other attractions at Toys R Us.
But I get what she's going for. She's going for, she wants to teach children history.
Yeah.
Through dolls. And I feel like she was very effective in doing that. And then when you look at the American Girl dolls now, they're like pretty insane. They don't really teach people about
much
except like first class on an airplane.
There's so many cashiers. There's like an ice cream shop cashier. There's like a Starbucks barista.
Yeah, they do too many collabs.
It's a lot of labor jobs.
Yeah, there's even a Harry Potter collab and a Disney collab. Those aren't even real people.
Historically speaking, there was no Ron Weasley.
There wasn't. Look it up.
I think you can find like 7 or 8 books that say otherwise.
Oh, no.
In 1998, she made her dream a reality. The flagship American Girl store opened in Chicago. As Pleasant called it, a mecca for American Girl.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Only in 1998 has it been around?
Well,
as a store? It was
she
a catalog
started the
before?
company, in 1986, but the store was 98. So it took her 12 years to go from mail to like a brick and mortar store.
Wow.
Yeah. It was more than just a store. It was 35,000 square feet with a stage for musical performances, which were discontinued in 2008, which sounds like there was like an incident.
Oh, there had to have been.
Discontinued.
Yeah. No more musical performances here.
A doll hospital for repairs and a restaurant, too. Oh, go figure. That's why we're here.
Yes.
Yeah. Some claim the restaurant marks the first experiential dining spot ever.
Whoa.
Which I'm skeptical.
I disagree.
But 98, I don't know. I mean, I was 10 in 1998. I can't tell you about experiential dining. Well, I think Rainforest Cafe predated that, and that's very experiential.
Yeah. Are we talking about American restaurants? Because there are just so many themed cafes in Japan, and there have been forever.
That's
so
fair.
it's just like,
yeah.
I don't know if I believe that. Because maid cafes have been around forever.
It is kind of the American way to claim you did something first, though.
Yeah. But I would believe it's the first
doll restaurant for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, it was definitely ahead of its time.
Yeah.
Once the Chicago store was open, Pleasant felt she'd accomplished her mission. At the end of 1998, she sold American Girl to Mattel for $700 million. Which is kind of like an all I do is win story for her.
Yeah. Wow.
She's straight up.
She's really killing it.
Since her departure, a lot has changed.
It's funny how she wanted to compete with Barbie. Like, she wanted to be like, no, we're different now. Anyway, Barbie's going to buy us.
But yeah, basically. Oh, yeah, Mattel is Barbie, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. The focus on historical figures has diminished, and more modern characters have been introduced with a range of contemporary occupations in the vein of Barbie. You can now also order custom dolls that look however you want, within reason.
Within reason?
Within reason. It's not one that I chose, but one of the Yelp reviews that I saw was really coming down on how woke this company has become.
Right.
Which to me is just they're upset that there's representation.
They don't like seeing women with colored hair or...
But like they didn't take away the white girls.
Right. They're still there.
Plenty.
They're just like, oh, here's every race. And people are like, oh, no.
How dare.
We don't want that.
She said it.
We don't. Yeah, he's going to take that out of context. I'm like, every race, we don't want that. And it's just going to cut to me doing that over and over again.
Just going to be a social clip of just that
I'm like, oh
loop.
no.
Yeah. But you're able to do that because most dolls use the exact same face cast. In total, there are 8 casts, but with a few exceptions, they all have the same face shape.
Right.
Which they can just plug in whatever they need to look like whatever they want. And
yeah, but what if I was born with half a face? There are people.
It would be woke to make that.
Yeah, they wouldn't want that. I did see a bald one though.
I saw a bald one. I saw a really short-haired one.
Yeah.
Not a pixie cut, but yeah, just very short.
Right.
While the theaters have stopped performing the American Girl review, some locations have added wellness centers, basically make-believe spas for the dolls. It's pretty cute. You can like put little cucumbers on their eyes. And like do their hair and stuff. They had a salon and like a boutique.
They did.
Here. Like we could have scheduled manicures.
Yeah, one of the guys offered to do my hair, and he said that he pierced a 3-year-old's ears recently.
Yeah.
He told me that just
like as a brag.
I just out of the blue. I didn't ask. I did not ask.
Hey, I pierced a 3-year-old's ear just a few minutes ago. What's
I
up?
know. And he was like, it was pretty crazy, and I was like, what?
Like crazy? Was there a mishap?
Why are you telling me this? Anyway, what a nice man.
In addition, they also have a YouTube channel, which has ruined my recommendations page, with a variety of content, including stop motion stuff and heartwarming short films.
Oh.
American Girl stop motions are actually a pretty popular niche on YouTube, which is like an entry point for young filmmakers. So that comes along with several full-length movies with stars like Shailene Woodley. At age 14, she starred in 2005's Felicity, an American Girl adventure.
Felicity. I remember Felicity.
Had a movie.
Maybe Felicity was the one that into horses. I don't remember.
Well, today it was Lila.
They're all into horses. They just love horses.
Some were even executive produced by Julia Roberts. She did 3 TV movies, and one, Kit Kittredge, an American Girl, actually had a theatrical release in 2008.
Oh.
Which, like, for Julia Roberts to be into American Girl, I wonder if is she a mom? I don't know a lot about her.
I think she is.
Like, it's got to be through her daughter because 1986 this company started. It's not like Julia Roberts grew up with her childhood having American Girl.
Right, it had to have been her child.
In 2020, the company released a collaboration with Swarovski crystals, a $5,000 American Girl doll hand-embellished with crystals on her dress.
Yikes.
$5,000 for a doll.
That's too much.
Which is about what they are anyways.
Right. They're like a few hundred.
Yeah.
For like a base without
it's like
even any
$130,
outfits.
I think. But
do they come naked at that price, or do they have an outfit?
I think they come with a default outfit, and then you go through and you kind of shop for them. Despite the efforts at modernization, however, American Girl is on the decline nowadays. Being a part of a large brand like Mattel diluted its focus on education, and the digital era hasn't been kind to the expensive brick-and-mortar locations. The brand hit its fiscal peak in 2013, and revenue has fallen every year since.
Ooh.
There are currently 18 stores throughout the U.S. and Canada.
Wow, only 18.
Honestly, 18 is more than I expected.
Yeah.
I thought it would be here, Dallas, Chicago, New York. Those are the ones that I just assumed it would have. I wouldn't be surprised if like Orlando had one or something like that.
I feel like Orlando would have one.
There's no way that near Disney World they don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a Crayola store. Of course, they probably have a American Girl store. That makes me sad. All she wanted was to educate young women. And then she was like, oh, 700 million. See you later.
Deuces.
Yeah.
Rides off in a Corvette throwing bags of cash out the top.
I mean, I would do it too.
Yeah. Still, American Girl offers a shopping and educational experience that can't really be found anywhere else. And nowhere is that more obvious than in its cafe, which offers tea time options for parents, kids, or nostalgia-hungry adults. Which we are, well, I don't know. Were you nostalgia-hungry or were you just here because
I mean, slightly. LOL? There's always a little bit of nostalgia for American Girl. I remember growing up really liking it.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it for many years. I think I only liked my American Girl doll
for
probably
like
for
a year or two.
A year.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what the like boy equivalent. I know Lego really dives into catering to a more male audience, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if there was an equivalent. Like I really liked Power Rangers as a kid.
Not customizable.
No, you couldn't get one that like looked like you.
Right.
Yeah. At a fairly affordable price, you can book a regular 3-course tea time or dine with a specific historical character's theme. I didn't know you could do that. Pick out like a menu cater. I don't think we had that offering.
No, what are you going to do? Eat freaking hardtack and Campbell's soup in the 1940s?
And you have to churn your own butter on the side. Yeah. They have afternoon tea, dinner, and brunch options. Tea includes small snacks like cinnamon buns, little sandwiches, and cakes and dessert.
We did eat the cinnamon buns.
We did. At lunch and dinner, you can actually order entrees like pizza, pasta, and salmon. Brunch offers a limited selection of different entrees that are more breakfasty, including pancakes, omelets, and French toast.
I did not see a salmon option.
I didn't either.
I wouldn't have picked it either way, but there wasn't salmon.
Maybe they've learned, maybe we're not the best place for salmon.
Like, there was a quinoa bowl, and I was like, I see what you're doing for these parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a club sandwich with whole grain bread,
Yeah.
Healthy.
Like an adult. There are special lunches to commemorate graduations or memories with mom or dad, and tons of special events. Ice cream socials, painting and etiquette classes, manicure days, etc. Etiquette class is something that always just strikes me in a, I don't want to say inherently negative way, but like it creeps me out.
Yeah, it seems like a very white thing to do.
Like I remember when I was in 5th grade, I had just moved to Texas and everyone was talking about how they went to Cotillion.
I was just about to say, yeah, Cotillion. Cotillion was where everyone went to in Virginia.
Yeah, I missed out on it. The idea of it, I was just like, oh, I wouldn't want to go to that.
Yeah.
Did you do it?
No, but I heard of other people doing it. Did you know that when you eat soup, you're supposed to move the spoon away from you instead of towards you when you eat the soup?
Why?
I don't know. Etiquette.
Stupid.
Yeah.
We have evolved as a society past that, and I'm glad.
Right.
These are traditions that I hope die.
Yeah. Etiquette sucks.
Burp. I wish I had one loaded.
I know, me too.
But...
Damn.
If you're really going for it, you can also do a VIP American Girl cruise. $150 a person, which begins at the American Girl store, then transports guests via shuttle bus to Marina del Rey for a 2-hour cruise and brunch.
That seems very inexpensive.
I am skeptical that that's what it costs, but I also imagine it's for like divorced parents with something to prove.
Yeah.
So.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What a depressing place.
They're really trying to do nice things. I feel bad.
They are.
I feel bad. It seems like tea time is more about the experience than the food itself. Recently, the stores have become a popular party spot for influencers and wannabes. Wannabe. Influencer.
I will say that I had American Girl on my radar just solely to make a video.
Really?
Of the experience. Yeah.
Before you got the
Yeah,
the bat signal from Fine Dining.
Before I got the invite from the Fine Dining podcast.
Yeah, that's funny.
But you can't go on your own. You have to have between 2 and 6 people.
Party of one.
Can't do it. They won't let you do it.
And that's a good call, I think.
Yeah, because how are they gonna make those towers?
Yeah, you search it on YouTube and you'll see what I mean. Page after page of 20 and 30 somethings filming their most annoying visits. I feel like we weren't that obnoxious.
No, we were very good. I could have been more annoying. I decided not to be.
Do you ever I don't know, do you feel like you're ever a little bigger than you should be?
All the time. Because if I'm just like my normal self on camera, everyone's like, oh, you must be high, or you look tired, or you blah, blah, blah. Like, what's wrong? You must be sad. I'm like, I have to be like this for everything. Wow, this is so exciting. Otherwise, people are like, did you like that? I can't tell.
Yeah. One such influencer, at Serena Kerrigan on TikTok, filmed herself taking an American Girl doll to the doll hospital to check her for STIs. Weird to me. She thought it was hilarious. Got a lot of views. She actually had her tea time comped in exchange for making another video about it.
What? They let her make a video where she checked the doll for STIs? Because I bet the people working there were not
appalled. I would be appalled if I were them, because they took it very seriously.
They did?
Yeah. Well, the people that worked there when we were there.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm like wondering if they took this seriously too. Like, oh my gosh, an STI, I must check it out.
American Girl says they don't condone the doll engaging in adult activity, but they welcome fans of all ages. Some of the cafes serve mimosas and other cocktails.
Oh, yeah. I did see margaritas on the menu.
Yeah. They had like a full little area
I know. I was honestly surprised.
And to round things out, the influence of American Girl, 32 million dolls, over 32 million dolls sold since 1986. It's a good chunk. And 157 million American Girl books sold.
Wow. That's
Focus
a lot of
education.
books that no one read.
You didn't read any of the books?
I don't think so. I read Babysitter's Club.
I was a big Goosebumps guy.
Oh, I loved Goosebumps.
Goosebumps were my jam. I could kind of go into a fugue state and just list every Goosebumps book in their like numerical release order for a while. It was like a party trick when I was a kid. You know, when you're going to a bunch of parties.
Yeah, when you go to so many kids' birthday parties and you do pull out that trick.
They're like, what's number 37? I was like, oh, the Nightmare on something. I don't know. I don't remember them now.
Yeah, but you used to.
Had it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive.
And that'll do it for this week's Eat Deets. I want to get the audience primed and ready for our review, but before they hear ours, we need to hear what other people are saying about the American Girl store in this week's Yelp from Strangers.
We need a little Yelp from strangers. A 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4 or 5. So get a little Yelp from strangers. A little Yelp. Give us those complaints while you literally whine and die. Yelp!
All right, this is Yelp from Strangers, our segment where we turn to Yelp and read out our favorite 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-star reviews of the very restaurant at which we dined. Do you mind if I start us off?
I don't mind, yeah.
1-star review.
I'm going to start us with a 1-star review.
Oh, no, it's long, too.
We're starting low. This is from Joel G. from Claremont, California, August 8th, 2008.
Oh.
Long time ago. He's had 16 years to reflect on this review. Let's just jump in.
Yeah, let's go.
1 star, Joel writes, so here's the thing. For my niece's 7th birthday, which means his niece is now 23.
Oh my gosh.
For my niece's 7th birthday, my mom had the brilliant idea of taking her granddaughter to American Girl Place to buy her a doll and eat lunch at the cafe. I'm very burpy after this meal.
Yeah.
I'm like holding in so many burps.
I've been burping a lot too.
Yeah.
I did only drink Diet Coke today and no water.
Very fizzy day.
That could have been it.
First off, the dolls are ridiculously ugly.
This guy really wanted some hot dolls.
Yeah. He's so used to Barbie and that unrealistic like Margot Robbie look that he won't settle for
an ugly ass American Girl doll.
And at $100 a piece, this store is pretentious and overly elitist. Rich little girls were scrambling about the store, bragging about who had the best doll. Worse were their mothers, who seemed to be a bunch of desperate housewives, which at the time was a topical reference, with nothing better to do on a Wednesday afternoon. The cafe has 5 distinct seating times, 2 lunch, 1 afternoon tea, and 2 dinner, each of which you need to make a reservation for a couple weeks ahead of time. 15 minutes prior to seating, the crowd of little girls and mothers in the lobby is unbearable. Once in the cafe, parties are seated with their dolls. ... Yes, their dolls are given a place to sit. Like, This isn't for you, dude. And later given a plate and a cup as if they're going to eat. Yeah. It's the imagination. It's for little girls, dude.
This guy wanted to go to Hard Rock Cafe so bad.
No part of him is even trying to relate with what his niece liked. Nothing. Despite being the only man in the cafe, I did not feel as if I was the most odd person there. Across from my family, there was a table of 4 women ranging from 25 to 45 years old. There were no children with these women, and each of them had a doll sitting next to them. No joke! All caps. Like, he's
clearly upset.
He's processing.
Yeah.
Adult women eating lunch with their dolls. Disturbing. The food was mediocre at best, way too pricey for what you get, except the cinnamon crisps were pretty good. The quiche was bland, the pasta was plain. They do serve wine and champagne for adults, but it was way too pricey. For my niece, the table was set with a name placard wishing her a happy birthday, and I do have to say that the staff did treat her as if she was a princess. A little empathy from him.
Okay.
Overall, don't waste your money through. I think he meant though. I don't understand the fascination with American Girl dolls. There's a whole hoity-toity upper-class charade happening there. If you're looking for a fun dining experience for kids, I suggest the Rainforest Cafe or something along those lines. 6 people found this helpful. 14 people loved this review.
Oh.
So, Joel's...
Do you think he sent it to his friends?
Guys, upvote me.
Like it's Reddit. Guys.
Get me featured. I want to be on the front page of the American Girl Yelp page. Yeah.
Wow, Joel is something else.
5-star review.
Now, should we read a 3-star review or a 5-star? Should we go to the top?
Up to you.
This is Candace L. from Fort Hood, Texas. I want to read it as Candace. This is from 2007.
Even earlier than Joel.
Oh my, I love this place. I grew up reading every book I could get my hands on in our school's library and staring at the catalogs all day, dreaming about how happy life would be if only I could have a Kirsten doll.
Oh no. Candace.
And now there's a huge store with a cafe and doll salon. I'm 21. It still makes me so fucking excited.
I love dropping an F-bomb in your Yelp review for American Girl. I'm so fucking excited.
Oh, Candace.
Take it down a notch, Candy.
So now I have 3 dolls I set up in my room and buy new outfits for on occasions. Oh, geez. My girlhood dreams have come true. Exclamation point, exclamation point.
5 stars. You know,
5 stars. Candace loved it.
Living her truth.
Yeah, she loved it.
She's close to my age, too. She was 21 in 07. I was 19 in 07. She's only 2 years older than me.
Her photo, I don't know if it's an updated photo, but she looks like 40 in the photo.
I'm certain that she's probably up. Well, I guess
you think she's an avid Yelper? She Yelps a lot.
Let's see.
Now I can't get out of the Candace voice. I can't.
She's written 114 reviews. I think that's enough to
that's a lot.
Update it from time to time.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thanks, Candace.
Thanks, Candace.
Although, as if she sent it to us.
Thanks, Candace.
You can go download our full Yelp from Strangers segment at our Patreon. The link for that is in the description of this episode, or you can go to patreon.com/finediningpodcast. And we're now offering a 1-week free trial, so what do you have to lose? Go check it out. People have wild opinions, and we get to read oh so many of them. Thanks. All right, well, that's it for part 1. We've covered the history. We've covered the Yelp reviews. The table is set for next week. We're going to talk about our experience at the American Girl Cafe. What a wild time it was. Katie, thanks so much for coming on.
Of course.
Everyone go follow Katie on Instagram and TikTok at @EatItKatie. Is there anything you want to plug or shill or?
No. Got nothing to plug. Got nothing to shill.
Great.
Got nothing.
Love it.
Watch my stuff online.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Watch her eat things.
Yeah.
You know, your username could also imply that you just fall down a lot.
I have a fear of falling and that I'll die from falling.
Anyways, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Fine Dining Podcast. Send me an email, finediningpodcast@gmail.com. Just say whatever. Just say hi. Say you like the show. Say you hate the show. Say you like my hair. I don't care. And go to my website, finediningpodcast.com, Patreon. That's there if you want extra episodes, all that stuff. We'll see you next time. And in the meantime, we're just going to be sitting here waiting on our table. Have a fine day.
Waiting on our table. The step is done and we had some fun. Now we're waiting on our table. Join us next time. We're stuck in line. Waiting on our table. We're so hungry, tummy's grumbling. Waiting on our table. We gotta continue our search for mediocrity.
Have a fine day.